Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got another exciting day here at Art of the Image. Another unboxing. Lots of unboxings lately and first impressions. This is something I've been waiting for a bit now since it was announced. This is the Fuji Finepix S1 Pro. Very excited. We've got it out of the box because actually when it came to me it wasn't in the box. This is because this is on loan from the good folks at Fuji to me, and they sent it in a very nice photography case with the foam padding and whatnot. I'm gonna start here. I want to take off the front cover there and see if we can show you some light on there, maybe there. Look how big that front lens is. This is a Super EBC Fujinon lens. So it's got the same designation as the X series lenses. Very interesting. And it is a 50 times zoom, 1 to 28-56. Now that's what they're saying there is this is a 2.8 to 5.6 variable aperture zoom. The interesting thing being that this is 2.8 at the wide end, so pretty fast lens for an ultra zoom at the wide end, and not bad at 5.6 for a 50 times at the telephoto end. Very nicely built camera. We've got a vari-angle LCD, similar to what's on my Canon SX50, which I'll be doing some comparisons to with this camera. Similar to what's on, I think all the Rebels have the vari-angle from Canon. My D5200, the D5300 has this. It's a nice LCD because I like it because it can flip out, and there you go. Like if you were taking a selfie or self-video, you can see yourself by flipping it around, which is really nice. Or conversely, you're on a tripod, you can look down and see what's going on. Really nice. And then you can flip it around, put it so it's just displaying on the back there. The camera has a very nice matte black finish, kind of a rubberized matte black finish. Makes it look quite sleek, futuristic looking almost. Very nice look to it. I would say a little more advanced, a little more modern than the SX50. Of course, it is a newer camera than the SX50. We have a hot shoe up top here, which is nice because you can either put on a more powerful speed light, or what I like to do is throw in a wireless radio trigger there and use some off-camera flash, which, as soon as you're starting to do some lighting, you can really narrow the gap of how a photo looks between a smaller sensor camera like this and, say, a DSLR, because lighting can change anything, or change everything, I should say. We got a pop-up flash, which 9 times out of 10 I don't use those, but sometimes it's nice to have it in a pinch if you actually need it. Whether you just need to get a quick documentary shot of something and you just need to have it documented, so it doesn't really matter about the quality so much, but the flash is there. Or you can even monkey around with bouncing these, or there's various diffusers available, but it's just nice that it's there. The grip is nice depth for my hand. It feels nice there. I think this camera is a little larger than my SX50, but not in an uncomfortable way. It's a nice camera to hold. Feels good in the hands. What is nice is that this has a better EVF on here than the SX50 does. When I turn it on there and I look through the EVF on here, it's very usable. I'm not going to say it's at the level of an X series or one of the better EVFs on other systems, but totally usable EVF, in opposition to, for instance, my Canon SX50, where the EVF is all but useless on that camera. It's so low resolution and so crappy that it just doesn't work very well. Much as I love the SX50, that is one of its falling down points. And the S1 doesn't have that problem. It's got a nice EVF. One of the things I also like is that there's a switch back here, right here, between the EVF and the mode dial, and it's an EVF to LCD switch. So you can just very easily, by pushing that, switch back and forth from the LCD to the EVF, which is a very nice option because you can, not be always relying on the camera sensing you when your eye's up, but you can flip back and forth yourself when you want to. Buttons are well laid out on here. They have a nice tactile feel to them. No problems there. Common sense layout. I feel I could pick this up and just start shooting right now. There's nothing that I don't see how to do, or that's hidden. You got a nice thing about the S1 here is I've noticed the zoom. I think I just shut it off. Let's turn it back on there. The zoom is nice and smooth, and it has a very slow, as you can see there, going in, but then you can push it a little bit harder and it comes out quite faster. So it's almost like a two-stage, and it just seems to me like it's a little less jerky and a little smoother than I'm used to with the SX50, so that's nice too. You also have on the side of the lens another zoom control there too. And there, just so you can see, that is the lens fully extended at its full 50 times, like I said, be about a 1200 millimeter if memory serves equivalent. So, all in all, a very favorable first impression out of the box. You've got on the bottom here, just point out your standard tripod socket mount and your battery compartment. And in the battery compartment is not only the battery, but your SD card. That's standard on most ultra zooms and compacts. I wish they'd get away from that and start putting it in the side like a DSLR, because if you are using a tripod, it is a bit of a pain because you have to take the plate off. But all in all, very favorable first impressions, very nicely put together camera. I like this matte finish to it, this kind of rubberized black matte finish. It feels nice. It's got a nice feel to it, tactile senseness. The grip on the camera feels nice too that way. And overall, the buttons all have a nice feel and fit and finish. I like that term, fit and finish. It implies that it's nicely put together, nice build quality. So yeah, overall, very favorable first impressions. Looking forward to shooting the S1 Pro. Looking forward to shooting it in different situations. Mostly what we want to see is the quality of the 50 times telephoto lens on here, because the SX50 is known to have a very good long lens on it. I own that camera, and I'm quite impressed with the quality of the pictures from 50 times, at the long end there. So we want to see if the S1 is a good competitor for that. We also want to do some other tests, other tests with the lens, see how we are on the wide end. We want to see what the low light abilities are like. Just overall, put the camera through its paces. Maybe test some macro mode, micro on here. Do some off-camera lighting, just see what it's capable of. And also do some direct comparisons with the SX50, because obviously I own that camera now, and I'm considering this camera, as I've written about in past articles, as a replacement possibly for it. So want to see if it meets the requirements, if it is indeed a better camera than the SX50. And so far, very favorable. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on the S1 Pro from Fuji, and we'll be back with more on lots of other cameras that we're reviewing right now. And also keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot, folks.